football, teams competing at this year's Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand will have access to a combined prize money of $150 million. This will be 10 times what it was in 2015 and 3 times the amount of 2019. The figure, however, is still considerably lower than the $440 million total prize money awarded at the Men's World Cup in Qatar last year. FIFA President Gianni Infantino said the move is part of FIFA's 3-step gender equality program that seeks to close the gap between the men and women's game at the World Cup level. Infantino has also called on broadcasters to follow FIFA's lead and pay a fair price for women's media rights at the Women's World Cup, emphasizing that the revenue will be entirely reinvested in women's football.
Now, for the Women's World Cup, they make us offers of 10 to 100 times less than for the Men's World Cup. 100 times less. Now, when you look at the viewing figures of the Women's World Cup, you compare it with the Men's World Cup, it is not 100 times less. It is maybe, the Women's World Cup is maybe 50 to 60% of the Men's World Cup. In Germany, the most watched football game last year was the Women's Euro final, not the Men's World Cup matches of Germany, the Women's World Cup final. So I don't understand why German broadcasters offer us 30, 40 times less than for the Men's World Cup. The same for the British, the same for the Italians. My country, Italy, didn't even qualify for the Men's World Cup. And they offer us 200 times less or 100 times less for the Women's World Cup than for the Men's World Cup. This is not possible. It doesn't make any economic sense because the viewing figures are there. Maybe it's not because it is in Australia and New Zealand, it's not played on prime time in Europe, but still it is played as of 9, 10 a.m. So it is quite a reasonable time.